there's not that many people that can relate to everything that she's been through. There's not that many folks that know what it's like to be in her shoes, but someone that does is LeBron James, right? And here,
few can truly relate to the meteoric rise of WNBA rookie sensation Caitlin Clark. But one person who knows the weight of expectations all too well is none other than Los Angeles Lakers superstar LeBron James. After an electrifying rookie season with the Indiana Fever, Clark's journey has drawn comparisons to James herself, who recently spoke out about her. He says, "I have a great deal of respect for Caitlin Clark because I know exactly what it means to be drafted, be the face of a franchise, and also get the scrutiny from a lot of people that don't believe you're ready for the next jump. Me watching Caitlin and seeing what she's doing, I've been in support of her since day one, because I remember myself going through that, and she has my support 100%. She's a transcendent player." Like James, Clark faced immediate pressure. Drafted as the #1 overall pick, she was thrust into the spotlight, much like LeBron in 2003. When James was picked by the Cleveland Cavaliers, the weight of an entire franchise fell on his young shoulders. At 18, he was expected to lead them to greatness. Similarly, Clark was handed the reins of the Fever franchise. And just like LeBron, Caitlin's rookie year came with its share of challenges. Both James and Clark have something else in common: massive popularity that attracts both admiration and hate. LeBron's been there, and now Caitlin faces it too. Yet despite the noise from critics, both athletes have channeled the pressure into game-winning performances. LeBron, forever a supporter of women's basketball, hasn't shied away from showing his admiration for Clark. Whether it's positive words or sharing her highlights on social media, he's been one of her biggest fans.
The one thing that I love that she's bringing to her sport, more people want to watch. Don't get it twisted. Don't get up. Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA. I'm rooting for Caitlin because I've been in that seat before. I've walked that road before.
NBA analysts are already making the comparisons between LeBron and Clark.
Pressure amongst their peers, right? When LeBron James came out in 2003, we heard, so many guys on record saying they couldn't wait for him to get to the league and he wasn't going to do this, he wasn't going to do that. And guess what? He did that and he did this. And then some. Same with Caitlin Clark. All we kept hearing is about the physicality. Well, she took her hits, she got back up, and she kept swinging and she kept dominating in great fashion as a rookie. And so when it comes to having the pressure of going on the road, packing out arenas, everyone is coming to see you, whether they come to see you do good or to fail, is no other two athletes like LeBron James and Caitlin Clark that's been under this most pressure since I've been around the game of basketball that I've witnessed with my very own eyes.
Much like LeBron, Caitlin's rookie season didn't start smoothly. The Fever stumbled to a 1-8 start, leaving fans and analysts questioning her skill set. Fast forward to the WNBA playoffs in September, and those doubts faded. Caitlin led the Fever to their first postseason appearance since 2016, finishing the year with a 20-20 record, their best season in nearly a decade. Clark's numbers were nothing short of historic, averaging 19.2 points, 8.4 assists, and 5.7 rebounds per game. She not only led all rookies in scoring but also topped the entire WNBA in assists. Though the Fever fell to the Connecticut Sun in the first round of the playoffs, much like LeBron's early playoff exits, this is just the beginning for Caitlin. James himself didn't make the playoffs his rookie year, ending with a 35-47 record. Now, 2 decades later, he's a 4-time NBA champion, a 4-time MVP, and an undisputed legend. And Clark, she's already joining an elite company. After her playoff exit, Clark made history alongside Michael Jordan, becoming just the second rookie in NBA WNBA history to average at least 18 points, 8.5 assists, 5 rebounds, 2 steals, and 1 block in a playoff series. Sharing a stat line with Air Jordan, that's not a small feat.
Well, look, right now she's very comfortable, very, very comfortable. And you know what that is? Kudos to her, because that means not only has she been putting in the work behind the scenes, but that means she's been a student of the game and in the film room. Her team into the postseason. Here she is right now standing on business. If I had to evaluate her season right now and give a fair evaluation, I would say she has lived up to expectations, right? I'm looking at her the way I look at LeBron James, right? For as just in the women's, for us women's, the women's side of things. And the hype that she had, the expectations she had to live up to, packing out arenas on a day-to-day basis, a lot of people out there waiting to see her fail and still keeping her composure as a rookie and leading this team has been a beautiful thing to see.
Clark's rookie season hasn't just made waves in the WNBA. It's drawn the attention of sports media heavyweights. ESPN's Stephen A. Smith and NFL legend Shannon Sharpe have both sung her praises. Despite all the noise, Caitlin has been absolutely phenomenal, said Smith. Her ability to thrive under pressure proves she's got greatness written all over her.
We take this, let's think about the comparisons we may make to people in other sports. People, when they talk about boxing, Andrea, Shay, Molly, they'll say Muhammad Ali was the greatest. Now, Floyd Mayweather might dispute that. Sugar Ray Leonard might dispute that. Marvelous Marvin Hagler, if he was still alive, God rest his soul, might dispute that, along with various others. That what goes on outside the court, the field, the ring of play, per se, matters because your mental becomes incredibly important. She elevated. She seemed to thrive. She's been better since the Olympic play. And what has she looked like since? She's looked absolutely marvelous, regardless of whatever noise has been out there. So when you show that you're able to perform in the face of adversity, to me, that is the true testament to greatness.
Shannon Sharpe has been even more vocal, fiercely defending Clark on multiple occasions. During a heated episode of ESPN's First Take, Sharpe passionately shut down any criticism of the young star. Caitlin Clark is box office, period, and y'all need to give her the respect she's earned. Rookie of the Year? Unanimous? First Team WNBA? No doubt about it, Sharpe declared.
Stephen A., I would be remiss if I didn't say this. A lot of this noise came by people that were sitting on this network. They tried to minimize her, said, well, you giving her all this credit. What about the women that came before her? What the women came before her, what they did cannot be taken away. That ain't got nothing to do with Caitlin Clark. But there was a lot of people tried to make sure they keep Caitlin Clark in her place because what you're doing, if you give her all this shine, you minimize what they done. You can't minimize what Maya Moore or Candace Parker or Lisa Leslie or Lauren Jackson or Diana Taurasi or Simone Augustus or any of the other great players. That Caitlin Clark, what she's doing doesn't minimize what they've done, but we should have been giving her the credit. We saw the ratings, we saw the merchandise sales, we saw the attendance, but y'all want to make it about something else. Oh, what about the women that laid the foundation? What about this? What about it? That ain't got nothing to do with Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is box office. She's doing this. And instead of giving her credit, y'all tried to make it about, oh, y'all poo-pooing the old guard. Y'all never talked about the old guard like this. Nah, I ain't gonna let it slide. Caitlin Clark, unanimous Rookie of the Year. But what's even more impressive, she's First Team WNBA. First.
But Sharpe's support doesn't stop there. On his Nightcap podcast, he argued that some WNBA players seem threatened by Clark's exceptional talent. Sharpe has never hesitated to call out analysts for their failure to properly acknowledge her incredible achievements.
I just saw Asia go off.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody walking into bumping into her.
Ain't nobody finna bump in Asia. Asia don't play that. Come on now. You know
they ain't bumping into Stewie.
But you know who?
My thing.
If I'm
Caitlin Clark,
you know not to.
If I'm Caitlin Clark, I'd have
Yeah.
told Skylar Diggins, get your coat, your brim, and get on out of our gym. Get your coat, your hat, and leave.
Get on out of our gym. I like that. I like that. That's a good one.
See the woman speed up. Y'all see her. Caitlin Clark is getting the crowd and
Right.
going. Y'all see Skylar Diggins speed up to make contact with her. Stop this. Y'all mad because that corn-fed Iowa girl busting y'all ass. Y'all said she too weak. She can't do this. She lead the WNBA in assists. She cooking. Let her cook. Let her cook.
Caitlin Clark's rookie season has not only redefined expectations, but has also changed the entire landscape of women's basketball. From her breathtaking performances to her record-breaking stats, she's taken the WNBA to new heights. This year's playoffs were no exception. Clark's presence on the court helped the WNBA set viewership records, with Game 2 of the Fever's series against the Sun drawing a staggering 2.5 million viewers, making it the most-watched WNBA game ever aired on cable.